Hello, my name is Carly Street, and today I'm going to talk to you about using picture books in your classroom. A picture book is a type of book often geared towards young children that tells the story through pictures or pictures accompanied by text. The illustrations can be as important or even more important than the written text. Providing written and visual material simultaneously appeals to the learning styles of a diverse group of students. So you might ask, why use picture books? Picture books help introduce sensitive, complex, or cultural topics. Engaging illustrations can make abstract or sensitive topics such as identity or failure more accessible and less confusing for students of all ages and cultures. Pictures can be more universally understood across different cultures versus written words. For example, it may be difficult to explain to a kindergartner what the feeling of embarrassment is, and an older plurilingual student may not understand that word when they read it, but when shown an illustration of an embarrassed person, they can form an understanding of what being embarrassed means. Cultural topics can be introduced through pictures so students unfamiliar with that culture can get a better understanding of it. This is also a way to make children from other cultures feel valued, seen, and affirmed. Picture books can also increase literacy skills, including visual literacy. They encourage students to connect the text and illustrations to each other. This builds visual literacy, which can basically be understood as reading the picture. The student is able to assign meaning and understanding to the pictures. So, for students struggling to understand spoken or read words, a picture helps communicate information to them. Picture books can help build other literacy skills. They aren't just for young children, they can help older students, especially those who are not fluent in English. Pictures can help teach literary devices such as foreshadowing. So a teacher can ask their students, what do you think will happen next based on this picture? Another literary skill picture books help with teaching is phonological awareness. Children are seeing the pictures in connection with hearing or reading the written words. So we're teaching phonological awareness, which is the awareness of the sound structure of words. Now, onto vocabulary. New and more complex vocabulary can be introduced to students and is more easily understood when accompanied by an illustration. Picture books sometimes use repetitive phrases to teach new concepts or words. For someone like me with a very visual memory, I can remember concepts much more easily when they are linked to a picture. Another reason picture books are great tools for teaching plurilingual students is that they help create a connection to existing knowledge and culture. Universally understood and experienced themes such as family or emotions can help students connect their previous experiences with new ones. Pictures can illustrate what we may not have the life experience of, therefore creating a better understanding of things we have never seen or experienced. Creativity and the critical thinking process are also encouraged by the use of picture books. Pictures bring the text to life, which is especially important to a plurilingual student who may not fully understand all the written words. It is important to give students time to visually digest pictures and use their creativity to make assumptions about the story. Wordless books with pictures only are especially helpful in promoting critical thinking and creativity, since the student has free rein to assign a story to the pictures. Lastly, picture books assist students with reading comprehension. Visuals in books can help grab and keep the attention of students who are not being engaged with the written or spoken text, which in turn can foster better comprehension. Students can check out, so to speak, when they don't understand something. Unfamiliar words and concepts that may cause a student to become anxious because they can't understand them are better explained through the use of visuals. I bet you're excited to use picture books in your class now, right? So let's talk about some things to keep in mind. Strategies. It may sound obvious, but make sure to keep the books high quality and appropriate. The illustrations should closely align with the written words. Avoid slang words and stereotypes. You can even share bilingual books with your students, which is not only honoring your plurilingual students, but also exposing the students who only speak English to something new. For students with a lower proficiency level, stay focused on the story and vocabulary words. For students with higher proficiency, you can dig deeper into the text to examine things such as underlying themes or sentence structure. Now, when it comes to vocabulary, go over any words you want to make sure students understand before reading the book. Allow time for questions so that the experience of understanding the book is not overwhelming. Repeating phrases or new words a few times before reading the book can also be helpful. as well as writing them on the board. Keeping the students engaged with interactive reading techniques is very important. Ask open-ended questions to students about what they think is happening or what a character in the book is feeling. Keep students involved and feeling valued by using interactive reading techniques that work well in your classroom. And when possible, make connections to your students' home language and encourage them to do so also. Let them have the opportunity to teach the class a new word in their home language. Make time for discussions comparing cultures and languages. In conclusion, plurilingual students may not have the life experience of things they're reading and learning about, so they can't immediately relate to it, which could result in them becoming disinterested. They also may not fully understand what they're reading or what is being read to them. The saying, "a picture is worth 1,000 words," is definitely true. Illustrations in books can be used to bridge the gap in understanding and bring the written words to life. When words are included next to pictures, students forge a connection between the two. Picture books bring us the best of both worlds, written text and entertaining pictures.